flat, don't that so?
I'm hoping it's the minority of officers, but I'm not sure anymore, because every time I turn on the television, every time I look to the internet, I'm seeing people arrested or cited for going to church, for traveling on the roadways, for going surfing, opening their businesses, going to the park with their families, or doing nails out of their own house.
As far as immune system goes, I find it so troubling that people are so quick to lock themselves in their house for 60, 90 days. Yes, Corona is terrible. Yes, it's killing people, and that scares me. But I always look for a strategy to beat something, not just to barely survive.
Donate your stimulus money. Rule number 3, donate it to evangelists. North American evangelist.
It's just really, truly awful stuff here to prey on people at this time, especially. Fucking crazy.
Knowing that prom is canceled, knowing that there's no senior trip, and having their year just cut so short. And these are students that we love, that we care about, that we want to celebrate, that we're excited that they were going to graduate, that they were going on to bigger things, and to not even be able to say goodbye has been such a hard thing to deal with that it's literally heartbreaking.
That would be counted as a COVID death. It means that even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death.
You came up with new rules at the beginning of the meeting, and then you didn't even want to follow the rules that you came up with. This is a banana republic is what you're turning this place into with your so-called leadership.
Americans are so nervous about the state of the economy that they're stashing cash in the bank at a rate not seen since the first year of Ronald Reagan's presidency.
I mean, I kind of saw this whole thing play out in China before it played out in the U.S. So it's kind of like watching the same movie again, but in English.
Then they had the audacity to report on a story where a 99-year-old and a 95-year-old have recovered from the CV. Now, I understand it's 2 cases. I understand, not a big sample size, but you said it was attacking the elderly. 99 years old is as elderly as a mofo can get.
So, in my opinion, what are the risks, what are the benefits of social isolation? And we think that the risks of social isolation are too high.
Creator, viewer, and advertiser goals in mind. We have to be careful and responsible and reward the right content. That's why teams are starting slowly with creators who accurately self-certify and certain trusted news partners.
One of the biggest examples of that was in Texas, where on Saturday hundreds of people crowded around one another without their masks, some even bringing their kids. There you had people shouting things like "Let us work" and "Fire Fauci," also holding up signs that read "You have no right to keep me out of church."
God can protect you, but don't be an idiot. God can protect you, but don't be reckless. I've known people who do reckless things in their lives and who've said, they drive without wearing seatbelts, and they say, well, God knows the day I'm going to die, and nothing's going to change that. And I'm like, don't put the Lord your God to the test. I can go where I want, I can do what I want. God will protect me because I'm a true believer. So I'm under God's protection. This is exactly the kind of arrogance that is bound to be corrected.
You're looking for other people to blame because it's convenient. And that's kind of understandable because it's the dispersal of responsibility. Who wants all that responsibility? But there's a huge price to be paid for it. And then what do? You've got nothing left in your life but triviality. And you can't live. I don't believe that people can live ethically, trivially,
What we need to avoid is the two extremes oftentimes that happen. Panic and fear on the one side and a complete indifference on the other side. You know, in America, we get so used to comfort, get so used to quick answers, we get so used to quick analyses and all of this stuff that when we found something is out of our control, it's very daunting.
I don't mean, of course, that we're to stop trying to be good. We've got to do the best we can. If the soldier's fool enough to go into battle with a dirty rifle, he mustn't run away. But I do mean that the real cure lies far deeper.